Okay, so I will start now because I think all of you have joined already. Okay, so last day I have given you the definition of the double integral, and you have seen that how that double integral is also can be represented in that Riemann integration method. Okay, so Riemann integration you have done for one variable, and in the multiple integrals, since we are doing the double integration, so in that same way we have discussed and we have defined that double integration in terms of the Riemann integration also. Okay, so now the so I'm directly going to the what I will say. Integrability, those conditions, all of you know that I am just saying a little bit about that. The condition for the integrability of a function. So you know that whenever actually the necessary and sufficient condition already you have done in the Riemann integration chapter, that necessary and sufficient condition for the integrability of a bounded function f of x comma y over a rectangular region R is that to every positive integer or every positive number epsilon there corresponds a positive number delta, such that for every partition P of R whose norm is less than delta, the oscillatory sum UPF minus LPF will be less than epsilon. Already you know this thing in your Riemann integration chapter, no? You have seen that wherever you have taken the one variable function f of x, for the same you got the same relation you got, that if this relation UPF minus LPF 0 less than UPF minus LPF less than epsilon, if this relation will be true for some function for every partition P whose norm is less than delta, then we can say the function is Riemann integrable. Same way in the double integration also, the first condition of the integrability will be this one only, but the definition is changing little bit, because now except the instead of getting single variable function, here we are getting the double variable function f of x comma y, and which is defined on a rectangular region R. So the theorem is changed in that way only, that necessary and sufficient condition for the integrability of a function, of a bounded function f of x comma y over the rectangular region R, is that is has to be a integrable function if for any epsilon greater than 0 there exists a delta greater than 0, and for every partition P whose norm is less than delta, the oscillatory sum UPF minus LPF will be less than epsilon. I'm not going deeper into the proof because those proofs are not there in your syllabus this time, because only the main target from this chapter to do the sums. Okay, I think all of you understood that what I am trying to say. Acha. Next theorem, it was the integrability, you know, huh? Yes. Yes, hello. Somebody is saying something. Okay. So the second theorem is that the continuous function is integrable. The second one, that one also you got in previous, no? In the chapter of Riemann integration, the continuous function is integrable, the bounded function is integrable. Next one, it was there that if a function having some finite number of discontinuity, then also the function will be Riemann integrable. These all things you know. So apart from these things, nothing is there in the theory of this multiple integral also. So no more extra is there, only this the theories also only they have discussed. Now we are coming to the main point, which is the calculation of the double integral. Okay, calculation of the double integral, which is equivalent with the repeated integral. Acha. So one theorem you have to know. So write down the theorem statement. If f of x comma y, if integration if double integration f x comma y dx dy over the region R exists over a rectangular region R such that the region is defined in this way: a less than equal x less than equal b comma c less than equal y less than equal d. You know that we are representing the rectangular region in this way. And second one, integration a to b f of x comma y dx exists for each value of y on c less than equal y less than equal d. Then the repeated integral c to d dy a to b f of x comma y dx exists and is equal to double integration over R f of x comma y dx dy. So double integration is equivalent to repeated integral when this can be true, that only we have discussed here. Okay, that double integration R f of x comma y dx dy exists over the rectangular region R defined by this a less than equal x less than equal b, c less than equal y less than equal d. And actually this is saying this is all about the repeated integral. As you can see, repeated integration is there. First of all, we are doing the integration of this a to b f of x comma y dx, and then after doing that integration and putting the range of x here, then we are doing the integration of y here, and samely over there also we are putting the limits. So this is called the repeated integral and this is called the double integral. Understood? So whenever these two will be true, these two will be equal whenever we are getting the independent range of the x and y. Okay, so whenever we are getting the independent range of x and y, then this double integration and the repeated integral will be same, exactly same. Okay, so this is the theorem. First theorem for calculating the double integration. First of all, okay, so I'm directly going to the sum without wasting time. Whenever we are getting only the independent integration, independent range. Okay, acha, this much is done. Can I turn my page? From today we will be getting the recording. Okay, today I am doing the recording of my video, so from today you will be getting. Done? Please respond. Okay. So the second one. Okay, so we are doing the sum now. Exercise example number 1. Okay, so evaluate. Very simple. This all I will now do. Very easy, but they will not come in your exam. Over R, which is defined 0 less than equal x less than equal pi by 2, comma 0 less than equal y less than equal pi by 2. Evaluate this integration double integral R sin x plus y dx dy over this region R, this. Okay, so simple, very simple. This function is continuous, and continuous function, whenever you are getting the repeated and the double integral, both will be same. So here double integration R sin x plus y dx dy. What I have said just now, whenever a function will be continuous, then the double integration and the repeated integral both will be same. So here first of all I am putting the value of dy and then dx sine x plus y dx. So 0 to pi by 2 sine x plus y is minus cos of x plus y by 1 only, and then after that you need to put the value 0 to pi by 2 here, dy outside, then minus, after putting the limits we are getting cos pi by 2 plus y and cos pi by cos x cos y. So 0 to pi by 2. Firstly, after remember I am doing the integration with respect to x here, so in the place of x I have to put the range. Okay, in the place of x I have to put the range. So cos pi by 2 plus y, this is the first one, and the lower limit whenever we are putting cos 0 plus y, so cos y dy. Okay, so in this way we are getting, so first of all the integration of cos, that is sine only, so minus sine pi by 2, acha, this pi by 2 plus y, down there is 1 only, 0 to pi by 2. Here you could write the pi by 2 plus y, that is what, pi by 2 plus y all sine, and it you can write cos of pi by 2 plus y is minus sine y, isn't it? You know that thing, I think you all of you know. The first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant, first is all positive, second is sine positive, all sine tan, here tan positive, here cos positive, no? So pi by 2 plus y is situated in the second quadrant, pi by 2 plus y is situated in the second quadrant, and whenever pi by 2 plus y is coming, so you know that cos is changing into sine, so sine, and in this region sine is positive, not cos, so cos will be negative, so minus sine pi by 2, minus sine y first of all, and after that you can do also, but here since I have written, or I can cut also this one, so sine y minus sine y we got, so minus sine minus a plus, so and sine y integration is again minus cos y, and then we are putting the range 0 to pi by 2, again minus a plus this one, and cos y integration is sine y, and that will be also 0 to pi by 2. Okay, so you can see that we got here cos of pi by 2, that is 0, and cos 0 is 1, so minus a plus 1, and here sine pi by 2 again 1, so ultimately we are getting the value of the integration, that is 2. Okay, value of the integration we got 2. Okay, can you see properly? No problem? Any difficulty? Anything? Okay. Done? Done? Okay, so this way you can do more sums, so I'm not doing because these are very easy to do, so I'm just writing. You can try in your home these all sums. Question number 2, evaluate double integral r x square plus y square dx dy over r, which is defined 0 comma a closed, 0 comma b closed, mane x ranges from 0 to a, y ranges from 0 to b. Okay, x ranges from 0 to a, y ranges from 0 to b, that's all. So you have to take 0 to b dy, 0 to a, this one dx, and you can do this is also a polynomial function, so polynomial function is everywhere continuous, and therefore you can do the repeated integration here also, and that will be the value of this double integral. Understood? So in this way I think you can do, so try it. Okay, so one another sum I am giving, f of x comma y, or evaluate, direct write down that evaluate double integral r x cube y dx dy over the range r, which is 0 less than equal x less than equal 1, 0 less than equal y less than equal 2. Also this is very simple to do, so try it also. So this kind of sum we will be getting whenever the independent range we are getting. So the independent range is not a problem. Okay, so independent range is very easier to solve, and that could be done in that way. Only the taking the repeated integral, doing the integral, was that's all. But now the thing is coming that sometime we are getting not the independent range. Independent range means actually the figure is actually going symmetrically. The figure is going actually symmetrically. What does it mean? Like whenever I am talking about this 0 to 1 or 0 to 2, you can understand this actually this range is representing a rectangular region only. Here also this is representing a rectangular region only, but whenever my the domain of definition is not a rectangular region, apart from the rectangular region you can get a circular region sometime, you can get some triangular region sometime. So wherever this kind of region you are getting, how to solve that time? Because circular region is a little bit same only, because at that time also r is fixed, means radius is fixed, and you know that circular region means circle is always going from 0 to 2 pi, na? Once on one revolution means 0 to 2 pi in terms of theta, and in terms of r this is the range of radius, so that is 0 to say a, whatever a will be, that range we need to put. So circular region is also we can see a symmetric region. Rectangular region also we can say symmetric. Why I am saying symmetric? Because along the x-axis you are getting one value, along the y-axis you are getting another value, but they are fixed. But whenever I am talking about some triangular region, say I am having this triangle, and inside that triangle some function is defined, and I have to find out the area between that. Money double integration is not only that the area bounded by the curve, and in which domain the curve is actually defined. Mane if some curve is situated inside, how much portion of the curve is coming inside the region under that curve, we have to find out the area. I think all of you understood. If some curve is going like this way, so whatever portion is coming under this curve inside the region, that area only we are trying to find out. We are trying to find out that region, not the other portion, So my target here also to get some formula or to manipulate our repeated integral, so that in the triangular region or in another kind of region we can implement the same type of formulation. So what I will do for that, see, write down this one, very much interesting and important as well. This one, change in order of the integration. Change in order, very much important. Why I am saying? Because you will be getting one question definitely from this part, from this what I will say unit. So many things are there in this chapter, so this is one unit which I am talking about today. So change in order of integration. So evaluate 0 1 dy y to 1 e to the power x square dx. See the function. The function, the range is not, obviously after getting the range, I can understand this picture is not a picture which is having the independent range, because x is depend upon y. X having the range from y to 1. So what does it mean? X is depend upon y, but y is independent here. Okay, so y is going independently from 0 to 1, but x is depend upon y. Clear this part? Now I am coming to the second portion, that if I have to solve this one, then obviously I need to do this integration at first. y to 1 e to the power x square dx. Otherwise I can't put the value of the limits over there, and then we have to do the second part of integration with respect to y, and after that we have to put the range 0 to 1. Okay, but it is very much difficult to do this integration e to the power x square dx. E to the power x square dx you could not able to solve in this way, as you can see the function. Okay, so my target is to do what I actually wanted to do here. I am just trying to change my order of the integration. What does it mean? The change of order of integration means I am trying to make, please listen carefully, which variable is independent, that variable I will try to make dependent, and which variable is dependent, that variable I will be trying to make independent. So for this sum, what I will do, since here you can see y variable is independent and independently growing from 0 to 1, what is my work here? I will be trying to make y independent, try to make it dependent of x, and here since x is dependent in y or dependent upon y, I will be trying to make x independent. This is called the change of order and order of integration. For that, what I have to do? For that I need to draw the picture. How I could draw the picture? First of all, the range I need to write. So the range of y is 0 less than equal y less than equal 1, and the range of x is what? The range of x is 0, y less than equal x less than equal 1. Okay, so from these two inequalities I am getting few things. What I am getting? First of all, this is the x axis, this is the y axis first of all, and then after that I have got y equal to 0. Y equal to 0 is, if I separate this two part and this part as well, so here I am getting y equals to 0, one curve, y equals to 1, another curve, y equals to x, another curve, x equals to 1, another curve. So these four curves I got here. Y equal to 0 means simply the x-axis. So x axis will be there in my picture. Y equals to 1 means the line, this line, na? Y equals to 1 means this line, say. Y x equals to y means simply this line which is passes through the origin. So this is representing y equals to x line. Okay, x equals to 1, this line is nothing but this one, because y equals to x, cutting the y equals to 1 line, obviously at that time x will be equals to 1. So x will be equals to 1, obviously passes through this line only. Okay, till this anybody having any problem? Is it okay guys, everybody? Is it okay? The picture is clear to everybody? Acha. So which portion now I need to take? Since here y equals to x, you can see that y less than x. So the downside actually we are talking about, not upper side. Whenever it will be y greater than x, then it should be upper side. Okay? Whenever it is y less than x means downside. This way. So this is my actual domain of definition. So inside this domain actually I need to find the double integration for the function e to the power x squared. Clear? This much is clear. So this point is nothing but 1, 1. This point is 1, 0. This point is 0, 0. So in this way you have to be, first of all you have to draw the picture. Okay, after getting the ranges. Clear? Then what you need to do the next step? You need to do in the next step, you have to make y dependent, x independent. So now tell me, x is independently going from where to where? From the picture, how? What you can see that x is going independently from which point to which point? From which point to which point it is going? X independently, huh? Yes, 0 to 1. X is going independently from 0 to 1. So my new range of x will be 0 to 1. Clear? So I have already made my x independent. Now what I have to do? I have to make y dependent. For that, please listen carefully. For that, what you need to do? You need to draw a parallel, a line which is inside the picture and parallel to this line or y-axis. So I am considering this line. Say I am considering one line which is inside the picture, any line. It is not only that I have drawn here. Elma can draw here, Rajkamal can draw here, anybody can draw anywhere. So this is a variable line or arbitrary line which is inside the picture. Clear? First of all, this is the thing. And why I have drawn here a line which is inside the picture and parallel to y-axis? Because wherever one variable, which variable I have to make dependent, along that line, parallel, I have to draw a line which is inside the picture and parallel to that axis. Y variable, if you want to make dependent, then take a parallel line, take a line parallel to y-axis. If you have to make x dependent, then you have to take a line inside the picture parallel to x-axis. I think all of you understood this part. Now, after drawing the line, I have to check that this line is going from where to where. I can see this line is going from, because it is started, I need the range of y. So always on the x-axis the value of y is 0. So the value of y started from 0 and ended with this line. Because why I am saying with this line? Because as I have said that Elma can draw here, Rajkamal can draw here, Rajiv can draw here, anywhere. So therefore this is not a definite line. So obviously we will be not getting a definite point at the upper range, because we need to make a dependent. So obviously this line is nothing but y equals to x. So therefore this will be 0 less than equal y less than equal x. The upper range of this line is x and the lower is 0. So in this way we made our line independent. 0 to 1 is the range of x and 0 to x is the range of y. This one. So whenever I have got the range of, since it is, you can see that e to the power x square will be treating as a constant because no y variable is present. So obviously 0 to 1 dx and e to the power x square as a constant, and integration of dy is simply y 0 to x. Now I can write lastly dx. Okay. Next is 0 to 1 x minus 0, so x e to the power x square dx. Okay, so now I will take a half here, then 0 to 1 2x e to the power x square dx. As you can see, it is very much easier to solve this because e to the power x square 2x is there. So the integration, so e to x square you can take as t. So let x square equals to t, so 2x dx equals to dt, and the range is also changing 0 to 1 only, so half 0 to 1 e to the power t dt, 0 to 1 e to the power t dt. Okay, and then e to the power t by 1, so e to the power t ranges from 0 to 1 divided by 2. So ultimately we are getting e to the power 1, that is e only, minus e to the power 0, that is 1. So half e minus 1. This is my answer. Half e minus half, inside the bracket e minus 1. This is the value of the integration. Acha, all of you understood? Yes or no? Oh, okay, copy it. I'm coming. কুচি কুচি একদম, হ্যাঁ পাতলা। Hello, done this much? Hello. Okay, so now I'm giving you one question I will do, the next one you have to do only the change of the order of integration. Okay, so reverse the order of integration in 0 to 1 dy 0 to root y fx comma y dx. Okay, so here you can see reverse the order of the integration in this. So the range of y is 0 to 1, the range of x is 0 to root y na. Okay, no need to do the integration because here the f of xy is present, so only the f of xy, so no, they have not mentioned any function, so obviously no need to, only the change of integration is enough to do. Okay, so 0 to 1, so if I wanted to draw the picture, say that, listen here, what I got, y equals to 0 mean x axis, y equals to 1 means this line, x equals to 0 mean y axis, and x equals to root y means y, x square equals to y, x square equals to y, and x square equals to y nothing but a parabola, and this parabola it will be looking like this. This line is there which is bounded by actually bounded the region y equals to 1, x square equals to y is this one, and since x equals to 0 mean y axis is there, so the region will be this much only, the region will be this much only. Okay, okay or not? So obviously if I put x, since we are getting that x square equals to y, so for y equals to 1, x square is 1, so it one part is minus 1 and another part is 1, so this is 1 comma 1 only. Clear? This is 1 comma 1. Why this is 1 comma 1? I have mentioned y equals to 1 to already present, and y equals to 1 whenever we are putting here, so x square equals to 1 we are getting x equals to plus minus 1, so the thing is one part is here, another part is here, but we are looking for the positive one because we are having that positive part we are actually considering here. If you have to find out the here to only the change of order of the integration is needed, and if you need to find out sometime area or something some value of the integration, then you can take the left part, you can multiply by 2 only, because that are symmetric. Acha. So therefore now what you have to do to change the order of the integration, we have to make y dependent, x independent, isn't it? So x independently going from where to where, tell me? X go independently going from where to where, tell me? Hello? Say something. X is independently growing from where to where? From the picture, what you can understand? 0 to 1 only, because from here to here only, this is the ultimately last range of x. So therefore it is going from 1. This line, if I just draw a dotted line, it is coming on the x axis and intersecting at the point 1 comma 0. So x is independently growing from 1 to 0. So the range of x is coming 1 to 0, 0 to 1. And now we have to make y dependent. So I have already told you that which variable you have to make dependent. Take a line inside the picture parallel to that axis. So y dependent I have to make, so I will be taking a line parallel to y axis inside the picture. So this is the line, say. Okay, so it is going from where to where? Upper, lower to upper you need to consider, not upper to lower. Okay, lower to upper. So lower means this curve, and this curve having the value of y, what? The value of y is x squared. The value of y on this curve, the value of y on this curve is x squared, because we got y equals to x squared. So it is going from x squared to last one. This is the line y equals to 1. So y equals to 1, y less than. So therefore the change of order of integration, after the changing the order of integration, we are getting 0 to 1 dx, and here x squared to 1 f of x comma y dy. All of you are understanding? Is it okay? Now you will do one. I will not do the this one. If it is done, then do this. Change the order of integration in 0 to 1 dx x to root x f of x. No need to do the integration, only change the order. Only change the order. Do it. Do it, all of you. I am giving you 3-4 minutes. Do it. Hello. Done? Got? Have you changed? Hello. Hello. Am I audible? Done. Y square to x. How it can be? Y square to y. So what you have said, please say once. Everybody done, or I will do for you guys. So the range of x here, it is given independent range, that is 0 to 1, no? Independent range of x is 0 to 1, and the dependent range of y, that is x to root x. So the how many curves? 4 curves we got. X equals to 0 means y axis, x equals to 1 means this line. So I am considering this line. X equals to y means y equals to x, so that is here. And y equals to root x means y square equals to x, and y square equals to x means a parabola, and it should pass through here. Why it should pass through here? Because this line is actually x equals to 1, and since this line is x equals to 1, if I put y square equals to x, y square equals to x in this equation, if I put x equals to 1, then I am getting y square equals to 1. Y square equals to 1 means y equals to plus minus 1. So one is plus 1, another is minus 1 in down. Did you get my point? So therefore, ultimately the my region is nothing but this one. My region is nothing but this one. Okay. So whenever I got the region, now what I have to make? I have to make x dependent, y independent. So y is independently growing from where to where? What you can see? From here to here is y is going. Y can't exceed this point. So this point is value of y is 1 only. So because I have just seen here from here, so therefore the range of y is now going from 0 to 1, and the range of x, now this is all about x, because I have to make x dependent, so I have to take a line which is inside the picture, and it will be parallel to x-axis. So it is going from left to right. As you know that we have to put the ranges from lower to upper. So lower means at the left and upper means on the right. So left to right means this, actually this curve is nothing but what? This curve is y square equals to x. So the value of x is y square on the left, and this value is x equals to y. So therefore this is x equals to y. So therefore we can write 0 to 1 dy y square to y square to y f of x comma y dx. Aye, all of you understood? Okay. Then do it. Another exercise. Express 0 to pi by 2 dx 0 to cos x x square dy as a double integral and evaluate it. Evaluate it means you have to change the order of the integration at first, and then you have to change the limit also. Yeah, sorry, you have to evaluate it also. this is the values and the range. So if you want to draw it, so first of all x equals to 0 mane y axis, x equals to pi by 2, say the point is here, say pi by 2 is here, and y equals to 0 means x axis, y equals to cos x. So here you can see that if I will put x is pi by 2 here, so cos, listen carefully, x equals to cos x I have now, x equals to cos x. So here I say I have taken that x equals to pi by 2 at this point. So at this point what will be the value of y I have to get, because at then only we could see or we could visualize this picture, y equals to cos x. So we know that y cos x, this is all about the cos x curve, no, cos x curve. So one part of cos x is here. So y equals to cos x, so x equals to pi by 2 if I put, then y value is 0, and it is intersecting it, and whenever we are putting that x equals to 0, the value of y is 1. X equals to 0 mane cos 0, so cos 0 is 1. So here say I am taking the point here, so therefore we are getting this one. So this is my picture, this is my bounded region. Okay, this is my bounded region. So this is all about the picture. Now we are coming to the change of range, change of variable. So here x is independent, so I have to make y independent. So y, you can understand, y is independently going 0 to 1. So y is independently going 0 to 1. This point is nothing but 0 to this point is nothing but y equals to 1. Why? Because we are putting x equals to 0 and we are getting y, because this curve is intersecting the y axis, and at the point y equals to 1, after putting cos 0 we are getting y equals to 1. So the range of y we have changed, that is 0 to 1, which is independent. And now x you can understand, for the x we have to take a line which is parallel to x axis inside the figure. So that is, you can see from left to right we have to take the range. From the left x is 0, as you can see it is on the y axis, so x is 0, and here the value of x I have to find out. What is the value of x on the curve? It is nothing but cos inverse y. So therefore 0 less than equal x less than equal cos inverse y. Very simple. Okay, so therefore we got the two ranges for x and y both, and the only thing we have to do, we have to do the integration. So we are changing 0 to 1 dy, and here 0 to cos inverse y x square dx. Okay, so x square, this will be acha, no, what I have written, that is no, just a minute. Okay, yeah, this one. Now see, till this everybody done, till this okay? Is it okay guys or not? Acha. Now you see a very yes. Any question? Okay. So now if you see the sum, then you can understand, if I will do the original sum, then it will be very easier to do. Because here you can see that x square dx is there. I have to put x cube by 3 and then cos inverse of whole cube by 3. It is coming very much complicated. Though in this question it is mentioned that change the order of integration. So I have changed. But it is also, it is written that evaluate it. What I have said, that if you change the order of integration, it doesn't mean that the integration value will be also be changed. No. Why we are doing this order of changing the order of integration? Because we are trying to make the integration more, we are trying to do the integration in more easier way than the previous one. So here you can see the previous one was the easier, because at that time here x square was constant and x square constant, so y cos x will be coming, and x square cos x integration you can do easily, no? So that part I am not doing, because this integration is very much easier to do, so you can do this integration. So wherever sometime you will be, sometime please do not forget that the thing is, whenever it is saying the evaluate it, do not forget that you are having existing one integration. So if you want to evaluate it, then also you will be getting the same value. Clear? So if the question is saying change the order of integration and at the same time evaluate it. At first see that after changing the order of integration it's coming easier or not. If it is coming more complicated, do not do with that. You go to the previous one and try to evaluate that only. Clear? So in this way, please just check the sum once and then do that. So this is all about today, and question to I could give you few questions from the exercise. You can do those because now you can do few questions from the exercise. Okay, so those questions are now at this time will be applicable for you. Those sums only I will be giving today. So try to do this, do those in your home. Clear? Okay. Okay, so this much for today only. I have taken the video today, so after in the afternoon you will be getting that link. Clear? Okay. Thank you.